Yo. Cool. Let's jump in then. So bear with me, people, because we're trying out these school built-in webinars like this. Um Usually I use Zoom and I can see yous. Obviously with this one, I can't see yous. I think if you just type something in chat, if somebody gives it a try, I might be able to see it. Maybe something's gonna pop up. Or there might be, there we go, we got a thumbs up. There we go, sweet. Spam that. Oh, I love that. More, more. We got any other emojis there? Got a few hearts in. Love it. Let's jump in then. So, build a BFM. There's going to be a lot of you guys that have been on these in the past, or maybe you've watched them on YouTube. But essentially, the Build a BFM series is there to show you guys all the behind the scenes of what we're actually doing, how we're making money, the ads that we're running, when we were obviously running BFM, who joined each month, who left us. The reason that we started doing this, just for a little bit of context, was because the fitness industry itself is a little bit seedy, and I think people aren't very honest about what's going on behind the scenes. They'll have one great month and then not want to show you the next month, etc., etc. So that's why we started this. Let's jump in and get it cracking then. So last month, the Build a BFM series was shite because I had nothing to share. We literally closed the fucking group, and because of that, we obviously had nobody joining. Nobody knew what was going on. They didn't know that the free group was coming. They didn't know that the one that was getting closed. So I really couldn't really share anything. The one that we ran was pretty pointless. It's on YouTube. You can give it a watch, but it's just a bunch of nothingness. Hopefully, there's a bit more context to this one today. So coming in October, then, I mean, essentially in October, we obviously closed the group itself. We didn't really take anybody on. I think it was just the first day of October. We let a handful of people in as like a 24-hour deadline, which I'll get to in a second. But one thing that has changed is obviously our mission, which if you were on the call yesterday, you would have seen that. It used to be to provide an affordable opportunity for anybody to start and scale their online fitness business. It's now just to provide an opportunity for anybody to start or scale their online fitness business. We just deleted the word affordable because it's free. Vision wise, that stays exactly the same, to be the only name worth mentioning in the online fitness business space, pure domination. And the goal used to be 1,000 BFM members by 2027, I believe. We obviously got to 200, and I think it was like 5 or 206 that we had like at one point during the month before we closed the doors. But now we want to get 1,000 members by the end of this month, which I think is more than manageable because the ads are cranking. We've got like 500 people in here already, which is really, really cool. So that's the goal for the end of this month. We want to get 1,000 members in here, and then we'll just see where it goes from there once I have some ad data, etc. Community metrics and targets then. So let's get into the juicy stuff. Now, let's actually explain here because there's going to be a lot of people that hasn't seen this before. So this was all fulfillment tracking for BFM. I'll zoom in for you. Not that far. This one right here. So we can see on the left-hand side, we've got the months all the way from 2024, which is when we started BFM itself, up until October, this month just gone. We have the first day total. So this is how many people at the very, very start of the month is with us. The last day total, the clients joined, and then clients that have left us. Ooh, nobody likes talking about that bit. This right here is the customer churn rate. This is the customer growth rate. And then this is the customer acquisition rate, and then total revenue that we've made that month. Essentially, in a black and white, you want more people joining than you do leaving. So to recap the last, how many months is that? That is 14. Damn. 14 months we obviously ran BFM for, which is mad when you think about it. Hasn't even been that long. But for the first, what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months of running BFM, it was pretty stagnant. And by stagnant, I mean like we're acquiring 7 clients, 7, 5, 5, 5, 9. There's no real leaps and bounds. And unfortunately, whenever there's no big leaps and bounds, if something doesn't change, you're going to come up against a plateau at some point. If you're a coach that's acquiring one client a month, you're going to hit a pretty fast plateau. If you're going to acquire two clients, etc., it's going to take a little bit longer, but there needs to be some growth when it comes to client acquisition, which if we look at the client acquisition rate here, it wasn't really astronomical, especially for the fact that the numbers were so low in the beginning. What we did realize though was in March, we started running ads straight to the school page, which seemed to be the way that we ended up growing the group. We did try a bunch of different things like webinars, etc., and we wasted a bunch of money on that. But it essentially took us about 4 months to figure out how we were going to grow this, which obviously coming into now growing OS and practically starting from fucking scratch again, we're going to have to do this all over again. So there might be a period like this where we're jumping on these calls and I'm like, yep, we're barely growing right now, but there will also be a period where we grow dramatically once I figure out the full acquisition system. But as we came into this month, we can see we started to double down. 19 clients acquired, 17, 33, 52, 71, 80, 47, and then obviously we shut off the group and we let the last 20 people in, which in October, we ended up with first day total, 192 clients inside the group. Last day total was 172. Obviously, 20 joined, 40 left. Our churn was 20%. Our growth rate was 10%. Client acquisition rate was obviously half to what what we expected to be. Again, the ads were turned off. But in total, we collected revenue-wise $22,694. That's after like school takes all their fees off and stuff. So nice way to end it. Lovely. The big thing then, so if we're making fucking 22 grand a month after fees, why have we closed it down? Like it's it's obviously going to be a question for a lot of people. And on this call, I want to just lay it all out in terms of like, this is the business decision why. So right here, you can see this number at the very top, $707. Now, with a churn rate of 18% and a customer paying us $129, that's what our average customer is worth to us. And when we were running the ads for this, it's costing us about $200 to $250 to acquire a client. That's not a very big margin. And yes, we also had back end where it was the one-on-one and we can collect money off that. And we were barely even fucking promoting that and still people were signing up off the back of it. So that, 3 to 1 can come into a 5 to 1, 6 to 1, 7 to 1 with the back end upsells. However, personally, I don't want to do fucking one-on-one mentoring for the rest of my life. There's a reason why all the clients I work with one-on-one get amazing results, and that's because we both put a hell of a lot of hard work into it. But from a long-term standpoint, it's incredibly fucking draining. So knowing that this, which would move our returns through the roof, isn't the thing that I want to push, I knew that this model has to change. And the main thing for me is not client acquisition. We can see here that we can fucking bang clients in. If we can add 80 clients in one single month, client acquisition isn't the fucking problem. The problem is people leaving. That's the main reason why we've changed from BFM, the school group, to now it's free and we're going to sell systems. It's very, very hard to leave a system that you have set up and is working. If you make a product so good that somebody doesn't want to leave, you don't get fucking churn. It's gone. The problem with education is the same thing. There's the problem with fitness coaching. Once somebody gets the result and they've learned what they need to learn, they leave, they churn. So looking at this, idealistically, I wanted to get us to like 10% churn. That was like the gold standard. In a service-based business, if you're slamming in 10% churn on a month-on-month basis, then just for anybody that's wondering, if we strike here, churn is the difference between how many people joined in that first month. So we can see here there was 19 versus how many left, which is 2, which left us with a 10%. If we look at our biggest churn month, which was here, 28, we can see that the first day total was 202 and 58 people left. 57, sorry. If you're not going to acquire clients for 5 months and you've got an average churn of 20%, in 5 months, you're going to have no fucking clients, which basically just means that your business is this machine of just having to bring more people in constantly, which personally, I think it's a fucking nightmare. I would much rather try and sell something if I could that is a lot more sticky. Things that people actually don't want to get rid of because it's just that fucking good. And when we're talking about software and backend systems, when you've got your calendar set up and it's all done for you, when you've got your pipelines in place, your contracts, your client onboardings, more support than somebody would ever need, it's really, really difficult to churn because people don't want to fucking churn. It's not about tying people in. It's not about locking them into something that's hard to leave and putting a contract in place. Because there's plenty of mentorships out there that have really, really fucking low churn. But when you look into it, they have 12-month contracts and they take people to court. That's not a good way to have low churn. A better way to have low churn is just have a fucking good product, which that's why we've moved from BFM to BFM OS as the core product. Even if our client acquisition was to, let's say, double, so it took us from $200 to acquire a client to say $400, the LTV of these clients is going to be triple and quadruple. So from a business standpoint, in the first instance, it's going to take longer because it's a lower ticket product. Plus, we've got to get the wheels going again versus when we did have this already churning. However, in the long term, from a business standpoint, it makes complete financial sense. And I'm sure you guessed by now, but the free group is just one big fucking lead magnet. This mentorship is being used as a lead magnet, if that's how you want to look at it. This is like the top of funnel to bring everybody in, give everything away for free, turn up on these calls, share as much value as possible, whether that's on here, whether that's in the modules, whether that's on organic content, YouTube, Instagram. People come through the portal and a percentage of those people jump on OS. And when you jump it on and you get set up and you see how amazing it is, you don't leave. That's the business model. Beyond that then, scale. Made a pretty bold fucking statement on that call. The statement was, I'm never going to work with somebody one-on-one ever again, and I will always stand by that. Just not a fan of committing for an extended period of time to work with somebody one-on-one, because at the end of the day, it takes a lot of fucking energy and it takes a lot of hard work. It's great. You build great, fantastic relationships with the coaches that you do. However, there just comes that point where you're just like, really, is this what I'm going to have to do? Like, am I just going to have to keep churning out one-on-ones? To be honest, it's a very similar feeling that I had back when we were running the online fitness business, and hey, we had a whole host of clients, and I was like, holy shit, I fucking don't like this anymore. It becomes a point where you're just like, I would like to either outsource this or just not do it. The one thing I refused to do at the very, very start of this, when we started BFM, was basically hiring coaches to deliver mentoring. I just don't think that works. Personally, I've been through 5 mentorships now at this point, and I know hundreds of coaches that have been through them. And the feedback that coaches give on success coaches is not very fucking good. So at the very, very start of BFM, it was just like a hard set in stone that I was like, there is no way that I'm hiring a fucking coach to deliver mentoring. So if I'm not hiring somebody, if I'm not delivering it myself, I'm not fucking doing it. Hence we're here. But scale though, what's that look like? Everybody always asks, Ryan, do you think I should start a school group like this? And I'm like, hell no. It's extremely hard work. We're going to run through the investment from an ad standpoint in about 2 seconds. However, if you look at the growth here, we didn't even crack 10K a month up until, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months we ran this for before we cracked 10K a month. Versus if we look at the one-on-one, it was done in 4. And just as a reference point, I literally never fucking promote this. I think I've promoted it like 3 times in like the last 12 months. Imagine if I actually promoted it. Holy fucking shit, would make a lot more money. However, I don't want to do that. But yeah, from a standpoint of revenue and collecting cash, I really wouldn't suggest it from a school standpoint. If you want to build something big, like what we're trying to build at BFM, and ultimately you're willing to take the hit when it comes to actually cash that you're going to make off the back of it, you can entertain it. But again, it's incredibly difficult. You need a way to fill it, whether you've got a big audience or you've got a big ad budget that you can pile into it. But that was scale. No one else is going to sign up for that. So first day total will decrease, and last day total will, no, other way around. First day total will never go up. Last day total will always go down from here on out. That's how I should have said it. Accountability coach, I'll not spend too much time on, but we ran that for 2 months, realized that we didn't really like the model, and then we just capped it. Basically, that's it. From an upsell standpoint, this is where we were sitting at once we started applying these things. So ideally, we're going to look like a 20% upsell on the accountability coach, a 2% upsell on the one-on-one when I was considering fucking doing it. But again, you can see it kind of landed there a little bit underneath where the accountability was. But again, this would theoretically be the model if we were going to follow what the majority of online coaches, sorry, not online coaches, majority of mentors would do, which is school group that's paid into one-on-one, maybe an upsell here or there. But again, we're going down a totally different footing path. So totals then, the pretty numbers, ad spend. We spent over the last 12 months around about 50K in ads. Revenue, we collected just under 200, which is pretty cool. Growth month on month average was about 27% growth. But if we zoom in, we can see not every month is a growth month. We have growth here. Sorry, not here, but here. A drop of 50% here. There's ups, there's downs for one reason or another. As we can see, when we came into September, because obviously we cut ads off because we were thinking about closing the group at that point, we actually only spent 10K, so we collected a decent amount. But obviously when we came into October, again, we just shut ads off completely and we collected the whole lot, which if you want like a little insight to why has he destroyed 23 grand of recurring revenue? Where's his money going to come from? There is none right now, but there is a big pile of cash that can sit there and give us a runway to build up this business. So don't worry, I'm not going to be on ramen noodles and rice for the next 6 weeks. Let's move through then. So that is the old tracker. You're never going to say this ever again because, again, as we all know, BFM is ending within December the 2nd is the day that we're closing it down. Obviously, everybody's exiting and coming into this group. But this will be the new one. So OS will obviously start from scratch, exactly the same, just less things to look at because it's one product, that's it. Same setup, first day total, last day total, all the other metrics, etc. If you're wondering who the first client was that joined, it was me. Hey, always got to support yourself. So let's let's move through it in the next bit then. So where are we at? Community metrics is all done. Where is the growth coming from? Well, there wasn't. We closed the fucking group down. So usually for us, it's ads, not really much organic. However, as I'm going to run through in a second, I'm going to make a good shot at the organic now because of the offer standing point. But unfortunately, there's not much to run through. There was no growth. There was just decline because we closed the group. Actually, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you where these 20 people come from. These 20 people come from saying that the group's going to close in 24 hours, and I'm not telling you when I'm going to open it back up again. So immediately, literally within 24 hours, 20 people joined, which is cool, but it's also a little bit sad that 20 people were sitting there waiting on the fence for that long when they should have just jumped in. So yeah, if you want to know where that comes from, a little bit of FOMO, a little bit of scarcity, people all jump in, everyone panics. What flopped then? So for us, it was cold email. Personally, it just diverted attention. Maybe we'll revisit it in the future, maybe not. The things with shiny objects is everybody gets it, myself included. You just have to try and minimize it as much as possible. Recently, I was looking at running fucking Reddit ads, and you know, if anyone knows Reddit, it can be a little bit of a cesspool sometimes. Reddit booked me on a call, then cancelled 5 minutes before, to which I complained, and then they booked me on again, and then cancelled 5 minutes before again. So I'm going to take that as a sign that I shouldn't be running Reddit ads. But at the end of the day, we all get shiny objects. Things work, things don't work. We try, we move on. Who gives a fuck? What I'm testing right now then, so this is going forward into this month. Basically, just giving everything away for free, if you haven't noticed already. Let's see how that fucking goes. Ads, as always, it's always been the main driver. When we ran the online fitness business, that's what grew that. It's what grew BFM. And it's what's going to grow this again. It'll just be a case of trying to figure this out and see where the point is, which ads are converting, which, if anyone's interested, so far this month, Where is it? Let's go last 30. So far this month, we are running to the USA and the UK, and the UK has just pulled a little bit ahead. What's that? That can't be right. Last 30. There we go. UK has pulled a little bit ahead, but again, we're on not much ad spend per day at the minute. If we go into the UK one, I think we're spending about $5,000 a month just to start off with, get some early data. The UK one is on like a £70 a day budget for the cold, £13 a day for the warm. We're targeting IG, Facebook, 365 views, and school views in the last 180, just as like a combined ad set, which is bringing in super low cost per registration. These are like super warm people. The cold is on £70 per day, which the American one is the exact same setup. And if you're interested in what type of ads we're running right now, we're running memes, because memes always perform well, especially the Winnie the Pooh meme. I'm sure everybody's seen this by this point. But listen, I'll look at this sometimes and I'm like, holy shit, like surely this shouldn't be performing that well. But if it fucking works, it works. Clearly people like Winnie the Pooh memes because they're bringing super low cost registrations. So we're testing variations of the Winnie the Pooh memes now. So happy days. Let's see how that one goes. I'll keep you more updated on the ads and how they're performing, obviously, when we do the next call, when we have more data. Organic content, IG and YouTube, I am going to make a big push for. Again, from a return on a time and return on investment standpoint, everybody thinks fucking organic content's free. It's not. It costs you time. Sometimes that's more expensive than just fucking paying for something. But now that we have an offer that is free, I am going to push the organic content. I'm going to be super active on Instagram and active on YouTube as well. And because I have no incentive to hold back information because we're just giving it all away for free, the content should be fucking next level. So enjoy that. Lessons for the month then. What people say and what people do are two totally different things. I'll leave that one with you. All right. Everybody talks a big game, but is everybody actually going all in? Are they actually executing on it? Are they actually putting it all on the line? Are they actually taking the risk? Or are they just saying that they will? Ideas that I'm exploring? Nothing really. Just going to stick with the basics, which, as covered above, it's the ads, it's the organic content with the IG and the YouTube. I'm going to try my best not to get shiny object syndrome over the next couple of months, because the next couple of months for us, because we've just fucking deleted all of our revenue, is very, very, very important. So I can't afford to get distracted. Changes and updates that are coming then. Obviously, we have CAF coming in. If we go into the calendar, so inside the BFM, you can see it right here, 6 p.m. UK time. Obviously, if you're in a different time zone, you'll have to do the conversion. But 6 p.m. UK time on Wednesday, the 19th it is. But she's going to be running through the 3 content types that all coaches need to make sales. Kath has wrote copy for some of the biggest coaches in the industry and 1 or 2 of the biggest mentors as well. So she really knows what she's fucking doing. Where are we? Black Friday offers. This is what everyone's really here for then. So I can't see any of you, so I'm going to come back to the webinar and just check that everybody's here. Yeah, everyone is still here. Fantastic. Give me like a thumbs up emoji reaction. Not because I need to clarify that it's a here. I just like to see it. That's all. Mint. Let's jump in then. So Black Friday offers. By the way, does anyone have their Black Friday offer already prepped? Give me like a little party emoji if you have the Black Friday offer already prepped. Just give me a no if you don't. Sam does. Sam, I think you're the only one, dude. Great. This is going to be valuable for everybody but Sam. Sorry. Let's jump in. And so we're going to run through everything. We're going to run through the 7-day launch sequence. I'm going to give you active client messaging templates and scripts, ex-client templates and scripts. I'm even going to give you your fucking caption that you can make a few edits to for Instagram, and also some Canva templates as well. So let's jump in. First things first, let's run through the actual offer itself. If we come into, which one is it? That one. And by the way, before we jump into this, if everyone's like, this is all really fucking cool, why could I just do this by myself? These are all obviously new inside the group, but 24 hours after you log in, these things will become active. Where the marketing section is, If you come down to where it says launch offers, this whole thing's right here for you. So when you do these in the future, there you go. First things first, then, the actual structure of it, from naming to guarantees to bonuses to pricing and all that sort of stuff. We're not just putting out a fucking post that says Black Friday sign up. Let's actually add some fucking layers to this. First thing then, naming. Naming makes the fucking difference. When you hear the word, let me just zoom in, super early bird Black Friday offer, you know you're getting a special deal. When you hear the word one-time case study, you know you're getting a good deal. It's one time. It's built into the name. It comes with FOMO, comes with scarcity. When we say the word case study, that's about getting results. If you imply getting results in the name itself, you've done half the fucking job. So we can go with things like these right here, but for the time of year that we're at, obviously it's coming up to Black Friday, I would run with something like super early bird Black Friday offer, or super early bird Black Friday special, or just early bird Black Friday special, something like that. The word early bird lets people know that they're getting a special deal. Black Friday kind of does the rest. Guarantees and risk reversals. People have fucking wrecked guarantees. Nobody trusts guarantees anymore. Our guarantee for BFM was so black and white, we still have people asking questions because they just don't believe people anymore. Our guarantee was like, if basically it was like you can get a refund within 30 days if you just ask for it. that was our guarantee, and people were still like, "Are you sure? Like, is this actually real? Can I actually do it?" I'm like, "Yes, holy fucking shit." People don't believe guarantees anymore. So what I would do is I'd just be smart with it. I would try and put it in there so the people that do believe in guarantees, they get their risk reversal. The people that don't know, they can have a little giggle and a little laugh at it. Yeah. So something along the lines of drop £15 before 2026 or I'll refund you in full and pay for a year's membership with Slimming World. Or if you don't add £20 to your squat in 10 weeks, I'll give you a full refund, personally drive to your gym, squat the weight for you, and cover 12 months of your membership. It's just a little bit of a laugh. That's it. Another example was one that we were for a client that was something like, if you don't drop at least £15 in the first 10 weeks, I'll give you a full refund and I'll personally deliver a full year supply of Wagyu steak to your front door. And all his clients are dads that love barbecue. So it just fits that. But again, you can be as boring or as eccentric as you like. The one thing that I would do when you come to do your guarantee is this bit right here. I would preface the word before 2026. We're adding a layer there where people are thinking, I want this to happen before the year is over. A lot of coaches think that January is going to be their best month ever. Let me just tell you, it usually fucking isn't. The thing that happens in January is everybody gets their time frame reset. So somebody's in October, November, December, they're like, oh my God, I've got 1 month, 2 months, 3 months left before the end of the year. I've got no time. Scarcity's through the fucking roof. When January comes around, everyone's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna hit this target, but I now have 12 months to fucking do it. When you've got 12 months to do something, you tend not to be in a rush. That's the mindset that people come in with. So we want a preference to use that here, especially when we come to this section. So when we're talking about scarcity and FOMO, if we think about the example that I shared before of 20 fucking people jumping in 24 hours, because I'm like, we're going to close the group, not going to tell you what's going to happen next. You need to apply the exact same thing when you come to this offer. And Black Friday inbuilt has scarcity and FOMO because it's only once per fucking year. It already has it built into it. This is what I would run with. I would run with the 2 spaces only for the super early bird. So we're justifying why there is 2 spaces. We're not just saying it for the fucking crack. Next time I run this will be in 12 months because that's when Black Friday will come around. And I would guarantee that the spaces will be gone within 24 to 48 hours to really push somebody over the line. That section makes a difference. All 3 sections make a difference. When it comes to bonuses, then, a lot of people do shit bonuses because they're thinking about it wrong. People do bonuses like a PDF or I'll give you a free eating out guide. It's like, nobody cares, bro. You want bonuses to be the most high value things inside of the offer. And the way that you do that is not by changing your offer, but by pulling components out and putting them back in as a bonus. So, for example, if you're a coach that does a onboarding call with your clients, and your clients think that that hand holding section is vital and high value, you should take that out of your service and you should put it back in and rename it. Call it a 30-minute fast track to accelerate results in the first 30 days. It's a really cool way of saying onboarding call. If you do meal plans and they think that it's high value, pull it out the service and put it back in as a custom built meal plan to remove guesswork around nutrition. It's a really fancy way of saying you're going to get a meal plan. It sounds really good though. And these things, if your client thinks that that's the reason why I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy this because of the meal plan support, I'm going to buy this because of the onboarding and because of the hand holding, and guess what? Everything else is a fucking bonus. Your bonuses are the highest value things. Again, there's some of the things that I've listed here for you, but whatever your client thinks is the most valuable thing, take it out, put it back in as a bonus. Preference that again, what your client thinks is the most valuable thing, not you. Section 5, social proof. Obviously, you're going to fill this part in by yourself. If I knew all your guys' social proof, I definitely wouldn't have a fucking free group. I'd be charging you a lot for that. But I don't. So you're going to fill this in. But examples here for you. You know, Sarah was stuck, you were dieting, then she lost 15 pounds in just 12 weeks, blah, blah, blah. You're going to have these here because you can put them inside of the copy that I give you in a second. I would make these relative, ideally, to the time frame in which an offer is going to be. So if we're looking until the end of the year, we've got like 2 months. If I can show results that have happened within 60 days, I'm probably going to have a better uptake on an offer that is around the 60-day mark. If I'm going to say to somebody, we're going to get in the best shape of your life before 2026, and then my transformations are 8 and 12 months, well, it's not a lot of buy-in there, is there? If I'm going to sell a program that's 3 months to get you to from 0 to 10K a month, and I tell you that everybody that went through it took 12 months, I don't think you're going to buy the fucking program, are you? So try and make it relative to the time frame that you have. And of course, if you can't, don't worry about it. It's not the end of the world. And if you have no social proof, you should be the social proof. And if you want the social proof, you probably shouldn't be a fucking coach. Beyond that, then, pricing and anchoring. This is not done on the post. Please don't put the fucking price on the post. All right. The whole point of getting somebody on a call is to understand where they are and explain the value. If you tell the price on the post, they make their mind up whether this is just a expensive version of something else. When in reality, they're comparing fucking apples and oranges, or an online coach to an in-person trainer, or an online coach to a fucking MyFitnessPal for all we fucking know. What I would do though is when you're on the call, I would price anchor them. I would say this program is usually 2K. However, you're here for the super early bird Black Friday offer. So you're going to get it for just 1495. On top of that, you're going to get bonus, completely for free thrown in. How does that sound? Well, that sounds a lot more compelling now, doesn't it? Because now we're saving money. So that's always going to be better than spending money. That's how I would lay it out. If you want to get fancy with it, you could say, hey, the super early bird is 1299, for example, including all the bonuses. There's one more space left. I've got 2 calls after you, so I do need an answer right now. If you don't give it, that's no stress. We have an early bird option, but then that goes up to 17, but it doesn't include the bonuses either. So what do you want to do? Do you want to run with this right now? It's cheaper, you get more bonuses, or do you want to wait, maybe come back to me a different time, pay more and have no bonuses? Which works better for you? Again, phrase it however makes sense for you, but I would have some form of price anchor. That's your offer. At least that's the majority of it done for you. You just got to add some social proof. You got to add obviously the bonuses that make sense. If you do want to make some changes to the names and the guarantee, I would definitely make the guarantee personal to your clients. Then I would 100% do that. But that's the core fundamental of the offer. How I would do it. Doesn't mean that's how you have to do it though. Coming through that, then the actual 7-day launch sequence, and then we'll run through the messaging. The 7-day launch sequence. We're gonna run this from today, literally Monday. I looked up there. I was thinking Monday the 3rd of November. Then I looked up and it said Tuesday the 4th of November. Then I realized that we're in Thailand. I was thinking, shit, have I got this wrong? No, we're just a lot more ahead than you. Monday the 3rd of November. So after this call, you are going to start your Black Friday launch. And the first post, or should I say, the first thing is going to be a story. You're not even going to post anything today. You're just going to throw it out. We're going to run with a whisper, talk, shout framework. You're going to say something on your story like, I'm thinking about doing a Black Friday offer. If I did, would you be interested? Now, I would probably do this as verbal if I didn't have anything on my story, but I just seen a client before who had it up as a poll, and it was just a three-pronged approach. There was a photo in the background, him there with his client, we're in fantastic shape. I'm thinking about running a crazy Black Friday offer. Would anyone be interested? Yes. Send me the details first. Yes. And then finally one was like a no or something. Again, doesn't matter how you skin it, but that's how I would start it. I would do it as a I'm thinking about doing this. Anybody that then comes in and goes, yes, send me info, or yes, you should definitely do this, you have a conversation with and you try and get them on a call. All the way throughout this sequence, there is a number of opportunities for you to have a conversation with somebody and get them on a call. The Tuesday one, you're going to come back around and mention the story. Damn, the response from yesterday was so amazing. I'm actually going to run it. I'm going to put it together for the 9th of November. Does anybody want some early bird info? Again, poll again. And by the way, if nobody responds, don't worry about it. It's fine. Most people don't respond to my shit either. But let's just say that everybody responded. Millions of people, even the Pope, everybody came back. Everybody was interested. The talk phase, this is from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, which is the 5th, 6th, and 7th of November. All we're going to do is share our best 3 transformations. Again, the ones that we talked about that were relevant to the time frame, if we can do that. If we can't, it's fine. If you're sitting there thinking, right, I don't have 3 before and after photos, that's no problem. Hopefully you've got a text screenshot that you can show some social proof from a client. Hopefully you've got a weight loss graph. Hopefully you've got a before and after photo of yourself. Again, you are the best piece of social proof that you'll ever have. These posts themselves, you're going to put the transformation up or whatever it might be, and you're going to add the call to action for early bird info. Please, for the love of God, don't just have a call to action and that's it. Like, write your normal caption as you would, but at the very end, rather than your normal one, the call to action is for early bird info. Every single day, the Wednesday, the Thursday, the Friday, you're then going to jump on your story and talk about that result. Talk through the journey. This is so and so. This is where they were. This is why they came to me. These are the things that we put in place. When they did these things, these are the type of results that they've got. This is where they are now. You want to be more like that. If you want to be more like that, message me the word early bird and I'll send some information across. Talk through all 3 of them. Don't be don't be scared to talk on stories. Goes a long way. Day 6 and day 7, which is Saturday and Sunday. The Saturday, the 8th of November, it's the easiest post that you're ever going to do. It is literally a post that just says 24 hours to go. That's it. It's a still image, no captions, just a launch date. Quite literally. Because I know somebody would be like, really, Ryan, is it just that? Is there anything else to go over it? Yeah, it's just that. Something like this. 24 hours to go. Obviously, you're not going to put link in bio. You're going to just give them a date. That's it. You're then going to jump over to your stories. You're going to repost that post, this one here, and you're going to add a countdown timer with a notification sticker. If you go on your Instagram, you got the little things that you mess about with where you can put stickers on and polls and all that sort of stuff. There's a notification sticker. Tell your people to click that notification sticker. When you then come to post tomorrow, they will instantly be notified. If you've built up some tension here, if you're thinking about doing this thing and here's some results and it's the first time I'm ever going to run this and there's 24 hours left and you're talking on stories, people will click it. If you don't though and you just throw it out there, it's going to fall flat. Sunday, this is the actual launch day itself. This is where you're going to put out the post for the announcement. You're then going to go on stories. Of course, you're just going to repost it. And then you're going to read out the caption. You don't need to read the caption word for word, but the caption should really just tell you what the hell's going on here. It's a Black Friday offer. These are the bonuses. These are the scarcity. This is the guarantee. These are the type of results that people just like you are seeing when they're jumping into a program like this. This is the next step that you can take. For the love of God, listen up. Do the daily outreach with this. Ping it to as many people as possible. Send it to all of the old leads. Even that little fucker that's ignored you like 20 times, send it to him, all right, or her, whoever it is. Send it across to them. Any of your current clients, ask them to comment. If they don't mind tagging somebody that they think might be interested, get them to do that. Ask them to share. If you're delivering good service to your clients, they'll have no problem at all. Ask them. This part makes or breaks this working. A lot of coaches put this out and they're like, sit back like this. We don't do that. We get in there and we manually put it in front of somebody. There's going to be people on this call that got a message from me like 2 days ago where I was like, hey, we're running the fucking webinar. Like, here's the link. Jump on. We were running money on ads. We're fucking posting it on stories. We're posting it on the feed. We're still going in and sending you that direct message. Whenever you post on stories, whenever you post anywhere, you're hoping that it lands in front of somebody. I don't know about you, but I'm not looking at your guys' shit. Like, I'm watching fucking memes too much. Like, I ain't going to see your stuff. Most people aren't going to see your stuff. If you send me a direct message, though, and be like, Ryan, did you see this? I'm going to fucking click on it. That's why you need to do this. It's extremely important. You remove the gamble. You put it in front of them. What we then do is the post-launch follow-up. So on day 8, what I would do is have a reel that's talking through your journey and why you wish you started sooner. I would also tie this in with the scarcity and FOMO of, I also wish that I had an offer like this, an offer that you're only going to get in 12 months' time again. So if you are interested, message me the word blah and let's have a chat. Day 9, Tuesday, the 11th of November, is then a last space announcement. I'll then just do it on stories as well as a reminder, and I'll do a direct outreach. Remember those words, non-negotiable, to all ex-clients, old leads, and everybody who's engaged throughout the week. In fact, I'm going to take out the ex-client ones because we're going to do that one separate. But again, put it in front of people. Be like, hey, Ryan, are you interested? Or are you not? The post for that one is so simple. It's literally just like, you take the normal template I'm going to give you, where it says 2 people, 2 spots available, you put a cross through it, and you put 1. That's it. The caption, you go in, where it says 2 spaces, you put in brackets, 1 left. That's it. Don't overcomplicate it. Sales call. This part's non-negotiable as well. Think about what we said at the very back end, where we're going to price anchor. At the start of the call, we're going to try and anchor it as well. We need to anchor and get in the fucking decision, most importantly. We're going to run with something like this. Ryan, listen, dude, you're on here because of the Black Friday super early bird. I got to be a front man. Somebody's already took the first space, and I've got 3 calls after you. Do me a favor. I would never normally ask for a decision on the call. However, because I have the 3 calls after you, I do need one because I kind of hold it. If this makes sense, or you have to make a decision on the call, because if you can't, I'll have to offer it to the next person. Does that sound fair enough? If you phrase it in that way, you're asking them to make a decision, not for you, but for somebody else, which passes the blame, which makes them go, yes, that sounds more than reasonable, because people don't want to hold somebody else up. This gets the answer from you on the call rather than them coming back in fucking 5 weeks' time and saying, nah, I'm not really that interested. That's the way I would run the launch sequence. Again, you can make as many or as little tweaks as you want. It's there for you to use. However, make sure it's personal to you. If there's certain things in here that you're like, that doesn't fit my brand, that's not what I would do, I wouldn't say it like that. That's fine. Make tweaks. I've just done this how I would personally do it. So that's your external launch sequence, and the caption for that post is right here for you. It's already done. I would obviously make tweaks and changes to this because the way that I put this is like it's for fucking dads. And again, like I put the bonuses in that I would just put in. I put these people don't exist, by the way, like Mark, who dropped 18 pounds in 10 weeks. Like Mark's not real. So I would definitely come in and change these things. However, you can see the framework here of shitloads of FOMO and scarcity. 2 spaces available. Next one will be in 12 months' time. The big bull promise and the guarantee. We're calling out the person's pain points. We're talking through the bonuses that they're going to get with this. We're talking through client results. We're then coming through and saying, this is what you need to do to move forward and see what happens next. We're then adding a little bit more of a PS on the bottom, which is more scarcity and more FOMO. Every time I run this, something like this, it fills up in 48 hours. If you're reading this, there's a good chance that all spots are gone already. Don't wait. Next time I run this will be in 12 months' time. Panic. Quick message. Game over. Again, that's all there for you. Make tweaks and changes. Please don't just fucking copy and paste this in. It will not make sense. Beyond that, I've also given you a Canva template. So if I go into, again, please make tweaks and changes. I don't want to go on Instagram and see everybody post to my face because everyone's just being fucking lazy. Everyone might be concerned if they see that. Add yourself in there. Make any tweaks and changes to this as a guarantee. Add in any before and afters. Or again, if you don't have those, add in client graphs. Or just a client with their thumbs up like that with a little speech bubble that says, did a great job. Whatever the fuck it is, get some social proof in there. The other sides are just where you can add more before and afters if you want to, and then a direction to the caption. Again, you just need to drop some fucking images in. That's it. If you just want to run with one image, you can do that as well. That is at the top of this form right here for you. Beyond that then is internal offers. Honestly, most people make more money from internal offers on Black Friday than they do external, but everyone focuses on external. So here's the messages that I would want you to send to your clients. Now, I do want to preface this by saying if you don't charge very much from your clients right now, you might want to second guess this. So if you've got somebody that's paying you £100 a month, do you really want to give them a bonus-free month? Probably not. If you've got a client that's paying you $150 and they're going to go for 6 months up front, you're going to offer 3 months bonus, do you really want to fucking do that? Probably not. If you've got a client that's working with you, then there is no chance in hell that they're ever going to fucking leave you anytime soon. Do you really want to go give them a discount or bonus months? Probably not. I would send this to active clients that are coming up to maybe their contract ending, renewals coming up. You're not sure if they're going to stay. Maybe it's on shaky legs. I would send it to those people. Unless you really want to collect shitloads of money and you need it like today, then I'll send this to everybody. It's dead simple though. It's, hey Naim, hope you have a good weekend. Just want to let you know I'm running a super early bird Black Friday offer for internal clients only. Whenever I've done internal offers like this in the past, I've always ended up with the best transformations ever. Obviously, it's saving you money, but more than that, it ensures that we are 100% goal and maintain the result for the rest of your life. Make that personal, please. I'll drop the details below for you. You'll then fill in the gaps. You pay for 3 months up front, you get 1 bonus month, saving you X. So if a client is paying £200 a month, you'd put saving you £200. You pay for 6 months up front, you get a bonus 2 months, saving you X. For example, £200 a month, you put £400 right there. Pay for 12 months up front, you get a bonus 4 months, completely free, saving you put it right there, £800. Quick maths. Message C. Next time I do something like crazy like this, will be in 12 months' time for next Black Friday. I'm running this until 7 days later. Is this something that you're interested in? Again, bit of a deadline, got to make a decision. Most people are going to say, I'll have a think about it. What you need to do is drop back in day 3 and day 4, check in with them. Hey, Suzanne from HR, have you had a thought about it? Like, are you interested? Are you not? Depending on what they say, you'll either drop in on the last day or you won't ever again. Day 5, though, I would come back in and I would extend it to friends and family. Suzanne from HR, nice to meet again. I want to extend this to your friends and your family. Who do you know that would be interested? Cousins, aunties, uncles, dogs, nieces, nephews, snail in the back garden. Anybody you think would be interested. This right here actually landed us a client that ended up paying for 12 months up front. It's a client that Vita still coaches, actually. We brought somebody in on an offer. I think they paid for 4 months and got 6 or something like that, or maybe 3 and got 4 something. Then we basically put out an offer like this and said, hey, would you be interested? And he was like, no, I'm pretty much done. We then went back in and said, hey, do you have any friends and family that you know would be interested? And he was like, actually, yes, my sister might be interested. The sister then came in on that offer. And then when that time ran out, we said, well, hey, would you like to pay for 12 months up front and we'll match it? And she did. And again, you might not want to match what they do, but we were charging a lot of money at the time, so it made sense still for us. On top of that, if you don't want to do a 3-month upfront and you prefer just to run 6 and 12 and try and collect more cash, that's a good shout as well. I've just put this in as options for you. Again, this is like a template. Make changes. That's your active client offer. Again, that'll be person dependent on what you charge and how many clients you currently have. Beyond that is, where is it? X client. Here we are. X client, and then people that didn't convert. So exactly the same script, except we add in this little line right here. So where we say at the back end, it's for internal clients only. We then put, but I also want to extend it to you for reason. So this could be an X client. I also want to extend this to you because I fucking miss working together and I love you. And I'm skint right now and I need money. Or I want to extend this to you because the last time that we spoke, you really wanted to do something, but finances were the problem. And you send this across, and maybe that's to somebody that didn't close on a call for a financial objection. Again, you're going to add the reason. The rest of it is exactly the same. You're going to follow up in the same way. You're going to extend it to friends and family. And hey, just shoot the shot. What's the worst thing that can happen when it's an ex-client or somebody that hasn't signed up with you yet? They can just say no. Well, they could ignore you, tell you to fuck off and report your account, but usually doesn't happen the first time around. Beyond that, that is literally it. That is a complete offer doc done for you. That's a 7-day launch sequence already mapped out with caption and template. That's internal current client offer, ex-client offer, and no sales offer as well. Of course, if you have a BFM OS account, you'll be able to see inside of your opportunity pipeline all the people that you should be sending this to. If you don't have an OS account, you're probably going to go do all the manual labor of just fucking sending these. But hey, they're all there for you. So it's pretty easy. Now, how do I get back to school? Oh, here we go. So, Mint, lovely. I'm going to drop that in. Is there a chat box here or not? I'm going to drop that link inside of, oh, there is a chat box. Give me 2 seconds. Again, we're getting used to using the school platform for this. Let me grab the link for you. There you go. I've just dropped the Google Drive link in the chat for you. So you all have access to it right now. Obviously, on top of that, I'll post it in the school community as well after this call. Does anybody have any questions with the execution of the Black Friday offer? If you do, put like a comment in the chat, because obviously I can't see right now. You guys can see me, but I can't see you. So if you have any questions, just type like me in the little chat box below, and then I'll let you come and ask a question. We'll give it like 10, 15 seconds. And if nobody has any questions, then we'll wrap up. 2 seconds. Oh, everybody at once. Would you send this to cold traffic? No, I wouldn't personally, because the message itself has pricing in it. So I wouldn't want somebody personally just to know a price before I jump on a call and explain value for the reason that I mentioned last time. Because if somebody's sitting there and they're going, well, that sounds expensive, and what they're comparing it to is a fucking MyFitnessPal subscription, well, you've lost before you've even fucking started. So I wouldn't do that to people that are totally cold. What I would do to people that are totally cold, though, or people that you've had conversations with, is send the post to them once you put out the Black Friday offer. Like, literally send it to them inside of Instagram and be like, hey, Tom, are you interested? Question mark. Leave it with them. Follow up in a day or two at the back end of it. Colin, let me see if I can unmute you, Colin. Bear with me. Let's allow audio, allow video. Try and do something, Colin. 2 seconds. Colin for some reason has 3 different fucking accounts on the Zoom right now. 2 seconds. Allow video. No, Colin now has 4. Yeah.
Hello.
Colin, do me a favor. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me? Is that cool?
Yeah, I can. It feels weird. Go for it.
Okay, so obviously with the story vote, this might be a bit of a stupid question, but you said to put up a poll, right? So is it just yes and then yes, send me more information? Like you wouldn't put, I'm assuming you wouldn't put a section saying no, right? Or
Well, you could if you wanted to. Yeah.
and then
It's 6 and 2 threes. I would go with like three. One that's like, hell yeah, send me all the info. One's that's like, yeah, I might be interested. And one that's like, no, go fuck yourself.
okay, and I probably assume I already know this answer as well, but with the actual Black Friday post, I'm assuming you wouldn't boost that because of the before and after, right?
Yeah, don't boost it. It'll
Yeah,
just
okay,
it'll
okay,
get taken
yeah,
down straight away.
yeah. All right, cheers, mate. Thank you.
No problem, dude. How it is. Any other offers you suggest for one-on-one sessions? Liam, do you mean like a Black Friday offer for your one-on-one clients, or you mean like adapting what we've already just done? I'll allow you to unmute if it lets you.
Is it? Hello.
Hello.
You know, yeah, it was for my one-to-one clients for when I start that again.
Cool. Sweet. Yeah. Why don't you come in with like a big block booking and try and collect a bunch of cash from them?
Like more than 10 session block, do you mean?
Yeah. Why not? Ask them if they want to pay for 20 up front and they'll get a bonus 5 or something.
Yeah, I'll give it that a go.
What do your people normally go for? Do they normally go for blocks of 10, blocks of 5? What's the normal uptake?
The majority of people are like 40s, 50s plus years old, so they have got a good bit of money. So I feel like I could probably
Cool.
offer the 20 and see how it goes from there.
Yeah, just offer it. The worst it can be is like, now just stick with the smaller bookings. Do you know what I mean? You might get surprised by it.
Yeah, I'll give that a shot. I'll see what they say.
The first time that we give a 12-month fitness offer, I shit the bed when she came back and was like, "Yeah, I'll do it," because I just threw it in there so that people would take the 3 and the 6 month. But somebody took it and I was like, "Oh shit, people have money. People actually want to do this." So I would
That's
do
how
like
I
a big
felt.
block booking of 20 or 25.
That's how I felt many months ago when we first spoke about pricing, if you remember that.
Yeah, literally.
So a few more months, I'll come back at you.
Perfect. Nice. Sweet.
Cheers.
Any other questions, dude?
Nah, that's all. That's all.
All good.
Cheers up.
Perfect. Is there any others in here before we wrap up then? Just right. Cool. Yeah, I mean, Sam's just put there that he would do sometimes 24 sessions up front. So there you go. Mint. Lovely people. We're going to wrap that up then. Appreciate you showing up for it. Hopefully that's valuable. Just do yourself a favor and actually go fucking do the Black Friday now. That it's right there in front of you. Quite literally start today. Go put the first story on, throw it out there, see who's interested, start conversations, get people on calls. Apart from that, in fact, do us a favor, everybody that's here, if you can jump inside of the free school group as like a little thank you for me putting this together and just be like, just being on the Black Friday webinar was awesome, got a bunch of value. It would push more people to show up to calls. So I would massively appreciate that if you went and done that for me. Apart from that, enjoy the rest of the evening and I'll catch you soon. See you in a bit, guys.